Assalamualaikum class. Today is our second lecture of functional English. The topic for today's discussion is the verb. If we go to your outline, the parts of speech that we are recommended by the university, they are noun, the verb, and adjective. Noun we have done yesterday. I hope you must have completed the homework. Now today we will start with the verb. What is a verb? How do we define a verb? In simple way we can say that every acting word is a verb. If we go to the definition, the verb is a word which says something about the activity or action of a person or thing. It occupies the central position in a sentence because it is a word by which we say something about the subject. Now, who is a subject? Subject is the person who does an action. In this sentence, Farah was plucking the flower. Farah is the subject. Farah is the subject and plucking is the verb. Now, plucking is the verb and pluck means she was plucking the flower. तोड़ रही थी फूलों को. Now, if we remove this word plucking from this sentence, it will give us no meaning. It means that verb occupies the central position in a sentence, and without a verb, we may not be able to write any sentence, because every time we are doing the things, if I am delivering the lecture, I am doing the task. Delivering is a verb. If I am teaching you, teaching is a verb. If you people are listening to me, listening is a verb. If you are writing something on the page, writing is a verb. If you are sitting on a chair or on a bed or on a sofa, on a couch, on a mattress, these all words are verb. It means that verb is very, very important for our daily sentences. Look at the second example. Zubair was singing a sweet song. Now, singing. Singing is a verb here. And these are the main verbs. Main verb is the word without which a sentence remains incomplete. It means that verb is very important for us, and without a verb, we may not be able to say anything or to do anything, because it is the backbone. We can say it is the backbone of the sentence. Without our backbone, we will not be able to stand, to walk, to do anything. In the same way, if there is no backbone like verb, the sentence will not be completed and it will not give any proper meaning to our saying. If we come to the kinds of verb, there are main two kinds, but it is divided in three kinds also. And the very first one is transitive verb. The second is intransitive verb. The third is auxiliary verb or helping verb. Transitive verb. Now, what is a transitive verb? A verb which requires an object in a sentence is called transitive verb. In a transitive verb, the action does not stop with the doer, but it transits or passes from the doer to the object. And now let us look at an example. When we write a sentence, this is the simple structure of a sentence. Now, what is this structure? There is a subject, there is a helping verb, there is a main verb, and then there is an object. If I write a sentence, let us write a sentence. I go to school. I go to school. Now, what is this I? This is the subject. What is this go to? This is the main verb. And what is this school? This is the object. Now, my action of going to school, it passes to this object. Without this object, I go to, what will it define? it will give no meaning. It will convey nothing. It requires this school with it, without which its meaning remains incomplete. And this is transitive verb. In transitive verb, we are needing a subject and then an object. And without these things, our sentence will remain incomplete. If we look at our examples in the book, the peon rings the bell. The farmer grows carrots. Now, this peon, he rings the bell. रिंग तो वो कर रहा है, लेकिन किसको रिंग कर रहा है? He is supposed to ring this bell, and this bell is very important. Without this bell, the meaning will remain incomplete. If we say the peon rings, automatically the question might arise in our mind that what does he ring? What is the thing that he is ringing? The bell is needed over here. And if we say the farmer grow, it will be senseless. It will not convey any sense to us. The carrot is important. It is important to give it a proper meaning. The farmer grows carrots. In transitive verb, we are supposed to remember the thing that it requires a subject as well as an object, and without the object the sentence will give no meaning and it will stand incomplete. Okay, in transitive verb, in a very simple way, you are supposed to remember the thing that it is not completed without a subject and an object. Both are important in it. Now, if we go to intransitive verb, what does it say? A verb which does not require an object in a sentence is called intransitive verb. In an intransitive verb, the action stops with the doer. Now, who is this doer? This doer is the subject in our example. It is the subject जिसके बगैर हमारा सेंटेंस नहीं चल सकता. Doer is the subject. If we look at the example, the bell rings. घंटी बजती है. Now there is nobody to ring the bell. Nobody is ringing the bell, and the question doesn't arise कि कौन बजा रहा है, क्या बजा रहा है. It doesn't arise over here. The bell rings. घंटी के लिए बजना होता है. It gives its complete sense. Now look at here. There is no object. In a very simple way, we can define it that intransitive verb is a verb which does not require an object to give its complete meaning. Okay. In the same way, the carrots grow in winter. Where? The object is nowhere. उसकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. No need of the object. It can give its complete sense without the object. Very simple definition. Transitive verb is a verb which requires an object as well as a subject to give its proper meaning, and in intransitive verb, it does not require an object to give its meaning. It can convey its full meaning with the subject and the verb. Okay, now you are supposed to remember these simple definitions. There is also a note. There are some words. These are some words. The following verbs can never be used as transitive verbs. These are some words in English vocabulary, and these words you should remember them. These are the verbs which can never be used as transitive verbs. इनको हम कभी भी transitive verb के तौर पे इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते. They are always used as intransitive verb. Okay, what are these words? Come, go, die, lie, fall, sleep, seem, appear, laugh, weep, etc. Okay, now auxiliary verb, the third kind of verb, or helping verb. Helping verb, what is a helping verb? Helping verb क्या होता है? What is a helping verb? We say the child was weeping in the room. Okay, let us write. The child was weeping in the room. Well, now, what is this child over here? This child is the subject it is the subject. What is this was? It is basically the helping verb. What is this weeping? It is the main verb. And in the room is the object. Okay. You must be remembering that we have read verb, the definition of verb. Now that definition of verb, मैंने आपको बताया कि it works as the backbone of a sentence. Okay. Now this weeping, this is the verb. If it works as the backbone of this sentence, you can see that without this weeping, the sentence will remain incomplete. Okay, and that is the reason that we say it is the main verb. Main, because without it, the sentence will remain incomplete. And now our third kind of verb, that is the helping verb or the auxiliaries. Auxiliaries को ही helping verb कहा जाता है with ing. जब वो ing के साथ इस्तेमाल होते हैं तो उनको helping verb कहा जाता है. Was, this was, ये was क्या कर रहा है? बेसिकली इट इज़ सर्विंग एज, देखें एक हमारा ये पोर्शन है, एक हमारा ये पोर्शन है. दीज आर टू पोर्शंस. नाउ दिस पोर्शन नीड्स टू गो टू दिस पोर्शन. ऑब्वियसली इट विल नीड सम ब्रिज. इट विल बी इन नीड ऑफ सम ब्रिज, जिसकी वजह से कोई लिंक बने. लिंक शुड बी देयर ना. So this was is the helping verb and it is serving as a bridge between this subject and the predicate. Okay. Now this was is the helping verb. And if we go to the definition of auxiliary verb, let us read it out. It is a verb which is used to help the principal verb to make the meanings clear. It is also called linking verb, as it links the subject to its predicate. Okay. Now, is that clear? Helping verb क्या होता है? These are the linking verbs. These are the links. These are the bridges between the subject and the predicate. उनको जोड़ने का काम करता है ये. As she was smiling. Was is here helping verb. He will play hockey. Will is the helping verb. वॉज और विल के बगैर जुमला कंप्लीट नहीं हो सकता. इनको एक ब्रिज चाहिए था, एक लिंक चाहिए था, और वो जो वॉज और विल है वो एक लिंक का काम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. नाउ देयर आर सम वर्ड्स, कुछ वर्ड्स दिए गए हैं. ये वो वर्ड्स हैं जो कि हेल्पिंग वर्ब के तौर पर इस्तेमाल होते हैं. ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट जो हमारी डे टू डे लाइफ के अंदर वी टॉक एंड वी से, उनमें हम यही वाले यूज़ करते हैं. दीज आर इज़, एम, आर, बी, बीइंग, बिन, वॉज, वर, हैज़, हैव, हैड, डू, डज, डिड, शैल, शुड, विल, वुड, कैन, कुड, मे, माइट, must, ought. These are all helping verbs. All of them, they are helping verbs and they are always used as the linking words. इनको linking words के तौर पर इस्तेमाल किया जाता है और ये जो linking words हैं, these are very important in our day to day language. एक confusion हमेशा बनती है. When you people were in your first year and second year classes, you must have noticed that in your book 1, yes, the stories were given. बटन वाली बुक की मैं बात कर रही हूँ. उसके एंड पे एक क्वेश्चन होता था, यूज़ द करेक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब. या आपको भी दिया जाएगा, ऑब्वियसली हम वर्ब पढ़ रहे हैं, आपको भी ये सारा कुछ करना है. यूज़ द करेक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब जब हम आपको कहते हैं, उसके अंदर देखें लिखा होता है अक्सर जगह पे ना, वर्ब की जगह पे टू बी लिखा होता है ब्रैकेट में, और कहा क्या होता है, यूज़ द वर्ड टू बी और यूज़ द वर्ब टू बी. व्हाट इज़ दिस टू बी? टू बी का मतलब क्या होता है? नाउ द फॉलोइंग वर्ब्स आर द डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स ऑफ वर्ब टू बी. टू बी में क्या क्या चीज़ें आती हैं? इज़, एम, आर, वॉज, वर, बिन और बीइंग. जब भी आपको टू बी कहा जाएगा तो आपने ये देखना है कि आपका सेंटेंस की मुनासबत से अगर प्रेजेंट टेंस है देन यू विल बी यूजिंग इज़, एम और आर. इफ़ इट इज़ अ पास्ट टेंस देन यू विल बी यूजिंग वॉज और वर्ब. ओके. or been or being, whatever is the requirement of your tense or your sentence structure. According to that you will use that. Okay, now these are the verbs that we have read today. I will write down some sentences for you people in which you will be supposed to use the correct form of verb. I'll take a picture and will share the picture in your group, and you people will be supposed to write those sentences or those correction of verbs into your English notebook, and then do it as your homework. And today's homework, it would be, you are supposed to write sentences, 5 sentences which will show that there are some verbs in your sentences, 5 sentences with transitive verb which needs a subject and an object with it, 5 sentences of these intransitive verbs in which it does not require an object, and then 5 sentences of these auxiliary verbs or helping verbs in which you will write these sentences, and then you are supposed to underline the helping verbs. This is your today's routine task. Okay, you will be supposed to complete this task, and from tomorrow inshallah we will start with adjectives. Okay, thank you class. Allah Hafiz.